Wagwan B, just a casual MMA. I know it's been way too long since the last upload. I've skipped so many fights, but hopefully we're back and we're consistent. Now before we get into the three main fights, I just want to say, look, I don't want to be on no body shaming thing, but that Lilia girl was really out here looking like a 14-year-old boy still.
Move this man!
Now let's go over Walt Harris versus Alexander Volkov. You know, I really wanted Walt Harris to win because of his daughter being murdered and then him losing to Overeem. So it's real sad, you know, you just want to see the guy get a dub after so many L's. At the start of the fight, he was trying to pressure forward and land combos, but Volkov's counters were too clean. At the end of the round, Harris was hurt bad, and Volkov was teeing off on him, but he luckily got some of his own and survived. The second round is when Volkov finished the fight, and he did it with a beautiful front kick to the body, and the subsequent punches just forced the referee to step in. Robert Whittaker vs Jared Cannonier was a fight that I could not wait for. It was basically for the next title shot. There was at one point where I thought middleweight Whittaker was unbeatable, but I was really scared for him because Jared Cannonier was literally unstoppable going through the middleweights. On a side note though, Cannonier kept waffling on about his rocks and manifesting energy or whatever.
I wouldn't call it a ritual, you know, it's more of visualization, you know. I visualize myself winning, manifesting my reality, sending my intentions up to the universe, and opening my heart to all the possibilities and all the wonders.
Shush, you schmuck.
From the start, Jared Cannonier's leg kicks were a problem for Whittaker, but Whittaker was popping that straight right hand and even hitting with a nasty elbow. I don't know how the judges gave him that first round, they're actually a bunch of idiots. Even though the significant strikes were the same in the second round, Whittaker was way more dominant and even got a takedown. Round 3, that was just a beatdown for Cannonier and Whittaker destroyed his hype. He was successfully landing that 1-2 follow-up with the head kick combo. It literally made Cannonier chicken leg all the way back to the fence. This guy fell flat on his face and Whittaker was just unleashing punishment. Somehow though, he survived and got up thanks to his pure resilience, and by the end of the round he even had Whittaker hurt at one point. But Whittaker's clever and his experience led him to clinch up and let the round end. It was a clear-cut victory for the Reaper, so why Cannonier had his hands raised as if he won, I have no idea. Now, let's get into the main event. Khabib, the Eagle Nurmagomedov versus Justin, the Highlight Gaethje.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening! Everybody stay calm!
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm! Wait! Everybody calm down!
I mean, that video pretty much summed up my anticipation for this fight. You got Gaethje, the finishing machine, who went 4 rounds with the boogeyman, Tony Ferguson, putting an end to his 12-fight win streak. And then, you know, you got the undisputed, undefeated, lightweight champ, Khabib. And there's only one way to describe his fights: pure dominance. On paper, it seems like Justin Gaethje's got a good style against him with his D1 All-American wrestling credentials, his savage leg kicks, his heavy hands, and his love for violence. Khabib, on the other hand, did what he does to everybody, and his performance was so good that night. I don't believe there's a single lightweight in the world that could have beat him. And just knowing about his father's passing before the fight makes it all the more great. Justin started the fight okay with his harsh leg kicks and he even managed to defend the first few takedown attempts, but Khabib even said before though that he'll attempt the takedown 100 times if necessary. It was a proper shock to see Khabib pressuring Gaethje so much. Normally, Justin is the one coming forward, he's bringing the damage to the people, but Khabib literally had him on his heels. Justin definitely did have his moments though with a couple big shots, but near the end of the round, Khabib shot for a double leg and was successful. You see his face and he's probably thinking,
No! God! No! God, please, no! 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 No!
or he's giving out a sigh of relief because he's looking at the time and there's only about 20 seconds left. But even in that short space of time, Khabib was very close to a complete armbar and the bell saved him. What's crazy is that 2 judges actually gave Justin the first round. Like, what? Second round, Khabib was not playing. Went for the takedown and instantly got his back. Right after, went for the triangle and the blind referee couldn't see Justin tap in, so he put him to sleep. I mean, there's so many crazy things with this scene. One is that he literally broke his foot 3 weeks before the fight, and you see his toe get trapped in the cage just before he got the finish, which must have hurt like hell. 2, out of the only 2 times we've seen Khabib's back face the canvas, he put himself there and he got a submission out of it. 3, I don't remember where I got this information from, but I heard that it was his father's favourite submission. 4, he told DC that whilst he was fighting, he realised Gaethje said he wasn't going to tap to Khabib, so he didn't go for an armbar because he didn't want to hurt him in front of his parents that were watching in the crowd, and that's why he went for a triangle. And 5, knowing the context of his father's passing due to COVID-19 made everything much more emotional. Seeing him break down in tears after he got to finish was just too much.
Unbelievable.
Compete with the beautiful triangle choke finish. I mean, you never.
Yeah, bro. I'm good.
You okay?
I'm good, bro. You geeking, bro. I'm good.
Bro.
Bro, just hold me. I'm good, bro.
Are you crying, bro?
No, bro. I'm good, bro. I swear to God.
When the interview started, I noticed that Khabib was trying to take off his gloves.
I said, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
As soon as he mentioned retirement, I was just like, it was really unexpected, but also really understandable because, you know, his dad's his mentor and everything. I believe he's on a serious thing and not on a corner thing, so he won't come back, and it's just a shame. We won't ever get to see him face Tony Ferguson or GSP. The aftermath of this fight led to a big debate over who was the GOAT of MMA. Khabib wanted to be number 1 on the pound for pound list, and then you got Jon Jones. He was trying so hard to defend his case as the top guy. I'll give you my list of the true GOATs. Number 5 is Sean O'Malley, cause, you know, he's currently mentally undefeated. Number 4 is Kevin Lee, as he's the only one who ever saw holes in Khabib's game. Coming in at number 3 is Ben Askren. I mean, look at his stats. He injured Masvidal's knee, he beat Robbie Lawler, and he fell asleep on Damian Maia. And then number 2 is obviously CM Punk. He successfully transitioned into the UFC from a much tougher competition in the WWE. And then obviously we got the true GOAT, Artem Lobov, with 13 learns and 0 losses. On the real though, the number of title defenses is not the driving factor of being a GOAT. You've got to look at other things like competition, dominance, consistency. And Jon Jones' resume is really hard to beat, but the fact that he popped for PEDs takes him out straight away. You can't be hiding from Nevada under the cage and then call yourself the GOAT. In my opinion, it's between GSP and Khabib. In Khabib's case, you got an unbeaten record with only 2 debatable round losses, and he's never been cut, knocked down or nearly finished. I don't think we'll see another fighter do what he did anytime soon. I mean, look, 12 years of dominance in the UFC. It's unheard of. And then you got GSP's case, his 13 fight win streak, 10 years unbeaten. He avenged both losses against Matt Serra and Matt Hughes. He beat 3 generations of fighters, and apart from the PED Hendricks, he looked good doing it. And then of course his 4-year layoff just to return to the middleweight division and choke out the middleweight champ Michael Bisping. You know, if you're feeling it and that, comment down below who you think the true GOAT of MMA is. And listen, if you made it this far into the video, you might as well subscribe in it. You just wasted a good 10 minutes of your day listening to a casual like me waffle. So yeah, subscribe and like and all that stuff. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter. The link will be in the description.